Welcome into another edition of Dolphins All Access. Mike Cunio, Steve Goldstein, and Kim Bocamper. We are in the Miami studios this week as the Dolphins have kind of an odd week getting ready for Monday Night Football. Should be a lot of fun. We get a primetime game. The Dolphins defense will be on full display, taking on Will Levis, Derrick Henry, the rest of that
nondescript after that.
Titans offense. Guys, defensively, the Dolphins have been playing so well. How big of an opportunity is this to show that they're maybe not just one of these finesse teams out there, that they can go punch you in the mouth, win a defensive game if they have to?
Well, their defense has been great, and it continues to get better. Yeah. And there was a time, this man, back in the day before the Titans with the Oilers.
Yes,
you played against them in the Astrodome.
I remember it well.
On a Monday night. Bocamper's in the high, so I'm expecting to see some of these highlights on Monday night. But, it's another game. They've done a great job the last 2 years under Mike McDaniel, winning the games they're supposed to win. People have criticized them for that this year. I think it's absurd. Yeah. I mean, Buffalo wouldn't be in the position they're in if they didn't lose to the Jets and Patriots. Yep. Dolphins have beaten those teams.
Right.
So it's another opportunity to beat a team they really should be. And I think, Bo, the atmosphere is going to be awesome. Monday Night Football, they're so good at home. 5-0, the fans are going to be ready for
biggest area of concern.
Look at where this team is right now. You came in last year, you had a new head coach. You didn't know what you had. You kind of had to get used to him and what he was doing. They get to 8-3, and then all of a sudden the bottom falls out and you don't win another game. Now they're at 8-3 again. Now they get to one more win, 9-3. I think this team is primed and ready to go as far as they can go. Mm-hmm. And look, I think this is it's an important game for them. It's an important game because it's a national TV game.
Yes.
I don't care who they're playing. You can bring in any team you want. You can name that team. But this is an opportunity for the Miami Dolphins to show the nation what they are and how tough they are. They come out here and they put that running game on full speed, grind them down the field, throw the ball over the top, throw some stuff in the middle, and look at everyone else when you're walking off the field and say, hey, when you guys come to the stadium here, see if you can stop this.
Yeah, I think this pushes the national narrative on the Dolphins as being one of the better teams and probably Super Bowl contenders going forward. Defensively, they are going to deal without Jerome Baker, who obviously hurt his knee in this game. Thankfully, it's not as bad as we thought it was because it looked ugly. But, Bo, you were down there on the sideline. The way Duke Riley played, stepped up in that position. Mike McDaniel said it this week. When someone goes down, they believe that the answer is in that locker room. That was just another example.
Well, let's talk about one position on the field that hasn't done that.
Yeah.
Running backs, guys got hurt. Someone else steps up. Receivers, someone goes down. Someone else picks it up. Offensive line, multiple times go down. They fix them. Defensive line, guys go down. You put another guy in. Secondary, everybody that's come in that's been a backup has played to the level that the guys in front of them. That's a team that's going to go in the playoffs. That's a team that's going to make noise in the playoffs. And that's a team that Mike McDaniels has carved out of what he saw day one and turned it into maybe one of the most complete teams in the National Football League right now.
And to that point, Chris Greer deserves a ton of
credit.
No doubt. Because Tyreek Hill
Yep.
and Jalen Ramsey have changed the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They're probably, I mean, Tyreek's definitely the best player at his position this year.
Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey, small sample size, but as soon as he started playing, incredible interceptions. He's changed the whole thing. Does anybody remember what they gave up for these guys?
No.
Hunter Long and a third-round pick. What are you kidding me?
Also,
amazing.
Yes.
Also,
amazing.
look at the job that they've done with guys like Austin Jackson, who we thought was first-round bust.
Right.
Get rid of the guy, can't do anything. He may be a Pro Bowler this year. You look at other guys in the offensive line. You look at other guys. Eichenberg was struggling everywhere he went. Now he's in there and he's playing positive role for you.
Yeah.
They've done such a good job with all of these guys, and you know what? It's completely foreign to me because for us it was you this, you that, you're a piece of this, you're a piece of that. This guy is no, come on, you're doing a good job. Just pick it up a little bit. Yeah. I mean, the way he goes about coaching these guys, completely different than I've ever seen in my life. But you're seeing the proof in the pudding in 2 years. Who thought we'd be here when it was the first time you looked at Mike McDaniel? You said, "That's our new head coach." Did you think this is where we would be?
Well, you know what? He did a great job at the quarterback.
Yep.
That's where it all starts. Yep. And he's instilled that same kind of confidence and team camaraderie in the whole group.
Yep.
Yeah.
They've got a terrific coaching staff. He's also egoless, which is why he brings in a guy like, hey, a lot of second-year coaches won't bring in a guy like Vic Fangio and let him do his thing. He's done a phenomenal job, and the stars are kind of aligning.
Yeah.
They're great at home. You went 2 road games. What was it, 50 degrees in New York, 58 degrees in Washington. Maybe one cold weather game this year.
Maybe.
4 of the last 5 are at home.
Baltimore, that's going to be
You got a chance if you can get the number 1 seed. The fate is in their hands to play one road game the rest of the season until, hopefully, you go to Vegas for the Super Bowl. The whole schedule thing is setting up well, too.
To reinforce both your points about Chris Grier and Mike McDaniel, Tua said after this last win against Washington that guys are staying later after practice, putting in the extra work, but it's not coach mandated. It's player mandated. I asked Mike McDaniel about that this week, and maybe who are the guys that are kind of leading the charge. He named all the stars on the
What's your best players, right?
It's all the best players. They are leading by example, and that is a credit to the coaching job Mike McDaniel has done and the people that Chris Grier is bringing in.
Well, it's a different era, but you're around this team, and you played in Super Bowls. Do you get that feeling?
I do.
Like they got a little you know what it feels like because you're in the locker room. They got a little something special
going
you know
what? So when I look at the team, I go, look at Bradley Chubb last year. They brought him in halfway through the season, didn't do much, but look what he's doing now.
Yeah.
You know, it means like you got Ramsey in there. Those corn. You know, I remember back in my day when we were a contending team every year, virtually every year. And one year we made a trade for Chuck Muncie, who was in San Diego, one of the greatest running backs I've played against in my life.
With the goggles.
And he was looking, and he was a great guy, but he had a little drug problem. He had all these issues like this. And as soon as we heard about that trade, knowing what his issues were, everybody in that room said, that's going to put us over the top. You knew that guy would put us over the top. He never made it here because the drugs never allowed him to get here. But you know, when you're a team and you see someone like that come to you, or see someone like a Jalen Ramsey come back in, or a Chubb do what he's doing, or one of these other players that comes back from an injury and helps you play, boy, it just really gives you that belief that you've got the team to do it. And I think this is where this team is right now.
Yeah, they're loaded with not only superstars.
Look at when Jalen Phillips went down. You know, that was a knee injury. That was like an Achilles injury. That's usually get the guy up and walk him off the field. Everybody on that team, everybody on that team. And then last week at the game, Van Ginkel, touchdown, does something that honors Jalen Ramsey.
Right.
Ogba gets the sack.
Throws up the 1-5.
Throws the one time to honor Jalen Ramsey. That's what
means a lot to them.
That's what this team is about.
That locker room, being in that locker room week to week, you see how much they like each other, how much fun they have. I mean, you can barely do an interview in there without someone messing around with the guy as their
bunch of classy guys.
Yes,
they are.
No doubt.
They've gone out. The character of the people is clearly part of Chris Grier and the staff's formula for bringing people in. And talent's obviously a big part of it, but how they are as a person is a factor.
Right now, it's obviously working. So the Dolphins have the Tennessee Titans on Monday Night Football. Of course, we'll all be there for that. It'll be a lot of fun. Again, the Dolphins can put on display a national show against another AFC team. And hey, win number 10, 13 weeks in.
Hard Rock's going to look nice on Monday night.
Right there for the taking. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next time on Dolphins All Access.